Hi, I'm Dennis with Cappel Training and Shoeing. The video you're getting ready to watch is a detailed lesson that I'm giving a person on how to communicate better with his horse on the ground. And I start right off talking about bubbles, so I wanted to give you a little bit of heads up on what I'm getting at when I talk about bubbles and working horses. But anyway, basically it is a flight zone, and when we have control of the size of this bubble that's around us, let's use this guy for an example here, and if he is looking down and is pretty small, you know, himself, this bubble gets smaller. And when he raises up and it's important that you realize that the mass of this bubble is going to be in front of a person. If you've ever had a conversation with a person and they're standing side by side, that's a different feel than when you square off and you're face to face, and that's the energy difference that comes from the projection from the front of a person that has this bubble bigger out in front of them. So as you're moving, this bubble starts to move around. There's where we have the influence with the horse, because around the horse, they have a bubble around them as well. Theirs also has the ability to get larger and smaller. And that's what this video is going to teach you about, is how to utilize those things so that you can get control of your horse with every step and know exactly what they're going to do every time you're in their presence. You're influencing them all the time, but you might not be aware of it. So this video is going to help you raise your awareness and make it much more clear to you exactly what you're doing with your horses.
I believe it's a theory that works well, that you can implement anytime you think about it, is right now, there's a bubble around me, and there's a bubble around you, and at this distance, our bubbles are overlapping just a little bit, just too close in. You know, so it's not a comfortable deal. So let's draw this around you, and that bubble in back of us doesn't go out as far as it does in front. See, because when your back here doesn't portray energy outward, but your front end does. So the best thing a person can do is develop the ability to control the size of this bubble that's out in front of us. And that when you're down and looking down and exhaling, that's as small as that bubble will get. And when you raise up, it starts going out. And see her move when I raise mine up, then I come back down with it. So she's got one around her as well. Right there it is. Right on the cusp of it. See, and hers is quite a bit bigger than yours. Well, you're almost touching her now where you are. I'm inside her bubble just a little bit, because if I was right on the cusp of it, I would be in a spot where one step closer would influence her, one step back would be the release. And that's that sweet spot that I like to operate from, is right on that spot. Now, because hers is so much bigger than yours, and we're in such a small pen, in order to work her comfortably, you've almost got to stay
on the other side of the pen.
Yeah, all the way on the other side. Because if you're right up in the middle, you're in there challenging her all the time, not realizing. And that's what I remember from years ago when the quote round pen reasoning was such a big deal. I guess horse after horse came in here. As soon as you get in round pen with it, they go looking for a way out over the top of it usually.
Right.
Because all it had was pressure in there.
Right.
Where this is a theory that works every time, and I think that's, you know, there's all kind of detailed information about this. This is what we talk about being a flight zone, and how to utilize that flight zone where we can get either drive away, or we can be in a spot where we've got them held up, or we can actually draw them to us. So that's the three things that you're gonna be working with. So anyway, with that theory in mind, I'm gonna get out of your way, and you just start moving around there and let the merging of those bubbles be your tool to send her direction, not only direction, but the speed that you want her to go. So it would be helpful for me to help you if you'll tell me what you're wanting her to do before you ask her, and then go ahead and do what you're doing, and then let me help you while you're in it. If it's working, I'm not going to say anything. If it's not, I'm gonna talk you through it. So don't quit and listen to me. Stay engaged with the horse. Keep your eyesight on her, and then I'll help you to do what you need to do.
Okay.
Okay.
Hey, I'm gonna send her left.
Okay. What are you wanting there? Still going left?
Yeah.
Okay. Back over there in that corner, when you backed up, what was your thought process there when you took that one step backwards?
Well, I wanted her because she was looking at me pretty hard, and I wanted her to go around, make a wider turn here. So I thought that if I would back up, she would actually move around the turn just a little wider.
I know where you got that from, because of the work that we did last time. And last time she had a different attitude about it.
Okay.
So this time, what you did right there, the backup actually stepped in front of her. Had she really been paying attention, she should have stopped the moment that you backed up. But what she told you there was, just like now, she's freewheeling and you're not involved. So she's just walking around. She's not really paying attention to you.
Paying attention to me at all.
Okay, so this send her forward, and this play with a little bit of speed control at the walk before we do anything else.
Okay.
Move to your right just a little bit. There, now step forward. There, now you're right. See, when you got back there behind that stirrup, now then forward motion became easier. So there's a definite reason why forward motion got easier there, and that is that you got back off of that balance point at the shoulder point up, that there was no doubt that she knew you wanted her to do that, and there she's walking into freedom. Now then, see what happens if you just slow your energy down and move to your right just a little bit.
I was gonna turn it right.
Okay, all right, that's fine. Wait a minute. Give her a chance right there. What I like was when you moved from behind the shoulder to the front, she stopped and stayed turned on.
Yeah.
Now, if you want her to turn back, which way do you want her to turn? Away from you or toward you?
Towards me.
Okay, all right. Now, given her body position at the moment, that's different than it was when I first started talking. Given it right now, if you want her to turn toward you, and you stay right there where you are, she's got to come up into your pressure to make that turn. So you need to take some pressure off of that eye and move to your left. There, see it drawing in? See, you just getting out of the way there a little bit, set the stage for her to be able to make that turn right there. Now then, raise energy up on the left side of your body. Perfect. See how easy that went when you positioned yourself so that it was easy for her. Just see how fast you can get her to walk like that. If you move to your left just a little bit towards that tail, just walk right up in there and keep your eyes focused on that stirrup. Maybe raise that stick up just a little bit and let's see if we can get her. See, she's almost back to you. Now she's back to you. And when you see her coming across the center, okay, just stay right up in there. Now, walk toward her just a little bit now. Walk toward her, move to your right. When she comes along there, if you'll come with her to the right a few steps, then she's gonna make it on through and she'll get on up here by this other panel. Stay the energy there, start moving to the right. Now then you're controlling the horse, see? you stepped up there and drove her away, but you didn't get far enough ahead that she had to stop. Now you're maybe a little too far to the right. There you go. You make that little subtle adjustment as you're going along there. You're gonna need to do it again here, so step up there there you go, perfect.
Okay.
You can feel it there, can't you?
Yep.
You see, now this is getting a place, bring her around that corner and stop her over here on this panel over here. So get her on, she always wants to stop there, so this not let her rest there.
Okay.
Come on by and stop her over here where she doesn't want to go to.
Over here?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, she's turning.
Just move over here and block her off. Put her where you put her over there on that panel. See, don't let her just leave. Now be ready to get over there and stop her. Now back up just a little bit. There. Okay. So, right over here, when you move to the right and you felt her step away from that,
Right.
that was a good feeling, wasn't it? Didn't you feel like that you were in control of every step?
Yeah, absolutely.
You see, and that's what I want to get to all the time with them, where they don't take a step, that I'm either not letting them take a step, or I'm there to say, no, this is not what I want, do this, and that's what you did here. She was wanting to come in the middle, but you knew you didn't want her to cut across, and you got involved, but you did it in a way that she was able to stand up and move away from your pressure and still continue on with the same attitude that she had. Where if you'd have put too much pressure on her right there, she would have either hurried to get by it, or she would have pushed into you harder, or she might have even turned completely away. So, but the fact that she kept the same demeanor, she recognized your presence, and she honored it while her feet was moving. You see, to me, that's a huge deal. And if you can just store that in your mind, how you did that, and you did that relative to that shoulder.
I stayed right on about the stirrup in her shoulder.
Yeah.
I didn't get any further past that. So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then she responded well. And then over here, you see, in order to get her stopped, she overreacted. No big deal, but don't let her overreact and leave. And that's how you played ping pong with her here.
Yeah.
You call her over there, you call her over here, and she found that relief in the middle, which is where you wanted her.
Right.
Now you've got options, you've got a choice. And see how she's shaped up right now where her rib and her shoulder are they're just soft. There's no brace in her body. And she's able to look around there, just quiet, good demeanor. You know, when they're in that frame, in this particular situation, things are working really well.